What's up, people? What's up? God damn it. IOBA. My name is TC, aka Johnny Clyde. You know, I was, watching some clips and scrolling through some stuff the other day, and I came across a video that piqued my interest and made me want to talk about a subject I've talked about many times before. But I'm getting some new people in and some new subscribers, so I want to make another video voicing my concern about this subject. And the subject is this. And I don't want everybody to get their motherfucking drawers in a bunch, but here's what's happening. Why is pan-africanism dead? Why is pan-africanism dead? Or is pan-africanism dead? I know this. I know back in the day when I was young, it was everything. I mean, we went through a renaissance period back in the 1970s. We went through a renaissance period back in the 1970s, a cultural awakening back in the 1970s, and I was a part of that, right? That's when I first started learning about my black history and my own self. And we got a holiday. We set a holiday aside called Marcus Garvey Day. Marcus Garvey Day, right? Now, Black History Month was a thing back then, but we didn't celebrate it like that. At least I can't remember us celebrating Black History Month. And if being that it's Black History Month now, which makes this even more relevant. What I'm about to rant on, what I'm about to say. When I got into Black history and Pan Africanism, I was really, really proud to know that I belonged to a larger diaspora, because for a long time, and when I was young, we had nothing to do with anybody from any other part of the world, except for every once in a while you'll run into a Jamaican or something, and then if you ran into an African brother, it was usually somebody that was a guest speaker at your school or something, but you never really got to talk to him. But then when I started hitting, my teen years, like 16, 17, I started hearing shit like, Africans from the continent didn't like Black Americans. And I was like, what the hell? Why don't they like Black Americans? What the fuck is that about? And I didn't get a chance to ask anybody. So, I ain't paid the shit too much mind, and I knew it probably partially true and partially bullshit. I knew it was partially true and partially bullshit, but I didn't let it, ruin my day, right? So, time passed, and I would run into African brothers from, Nigeria and Uganda, and hell, I even met a cat from South Africa once a long time ago. But I didn't interact with them enough to get their opinion on anything until I got like in my late 30s and early 40s when I moved to a bigger town. I moved to a town that was a college town, had a big university in it, right? And I worked in a supermarket, a big, busy supermarket. I was like a front end manager in there, and I would run into all kinds of people, and I had all kinds of people working with me, right? I had at least 3 brothers from the continent working for me. Not for me, but with me. I was their boss, so I guess I don't know. They were working for the company, but I was their boss. But anyway, I'd sit them down and I'd, ask them questions about that notion that Africans don't like Black Americans, And it turns out it was actually worse than I thought. Because it turns out that in their heart of hearts, a lot of Caribbean people don't like Black Americans. And it's true, a lot of people coming in from Africa don't really want to mess with African Americans like that. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the ones that are granted a visa to come to the States are vetted before they get here a lot of times. And in that vetting process, they probably got to say a little something about what they think of Black Americans. Or they probably, somewhere along the lines, this I know to be true, somewhere along the lines from their journey from their home country to here, they get told to stay away from Black Americans. And I do know that every image they see of Black Americans on TV is a negative one, other than athletes and entertainers. And the entertainers, they only show the negative entertainers. You know what I'm saying? So every image that they've been fed about Black people in America been a fucked up image. So they get here with a preconceived notion and they stay away from us. And when they do associate with us, they feel like they're associating with somebody who is inferior to them. So we as Black Americans are kind of on our own in the diaspora in that respect. Because we already know white folks don't want nothing to really, don't really want anything to do with us. White people don't want us to have shit, and they don't want us to be a part of anything real other than when it benefits them. That's the white people. The Hispanics, they nasty to the Black people in their home country. The people from south of the border, like Mexico, South America, all that the Black people in Brazil and all of that, so when they get here, they don't want to fuck with no Black Americans either. They think we lower than them. They think of us the same way they think of the Black people where they come from. We already know the East Indians don't want to fuck with Black Americans, not the ones that come from India or first generation Indians. Like Vivek Ramaswamy and Nikki Haley and people like that, they ain't really trying. They don't have no love for us either. We don't have any fucking allies, none. So it turns out it may be just that. Everybody against Black Americans. Everybody against Black Americans. When you think about that, that's a messed up position to be in, isn't it? That's a fucked up position to be in. When everybody hates you. I think it comes down to something like what Cat Williams said. We, as Black Americans, not all of us, because you can't speak in absolutes, but we as Black Americans have or seem to have lost the notion and lost the idea of our own greatness. You feel me? But other people realize our greatness. Because when the playing field is level, like it is in sports and entertainment, or as level as it can possibly be, we always excel. You know? Whenever somebody needs a whipping boy, they try their best to find a Black American to do it. We got to be the face of everybody fucking bad example in this country. And it's getting so bad until our own people think this way. It's getting so bad till Black Americans don't like Black Americans. Because we believe the bullshit that's being fed to us every day about our own nature. We believe the bullshit that's being fed to us every day about our own nature. The lies that's being fed to us about our own nature. We believe that stuff. That's why a lot of times we can't break the ghetto mindset. A lot of times we say dumb shit like, what about black on black crime? We say goofy shit like that. We say, all white people ain't bad. All of nobody is bad. But that don't mean we got friends among them. We don't. It's just us at the end of the day. And I'm talking about, in the larger aggregate of people. I'm not talking about individuals and your little anecdotal uh, uh, examples where some white person was cool with you, or some African dude was cool with you, or some Asian dude was cool with you. No, 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 no. I ain't talking about individual. I'm talking, generally speaking. Generally speaking. It's us against everybody. I say, what do we do about it? I say we kick and scream and fight and defend ourselves from all sides. That's what I say. We got to have our own anti-defamation league. African American Anti-Defamation League. How about that? We need something like that. Because that's the only way when we got so many enemies, that's the only way we're going to survive. One of the only ways anyway. Another way is, like I said many times before, if you get a little money in your pocket, start donating to political campaigns and changing politicians and changing laws on a local level that favor us. Because at the end of the day, if you ain't got no power, you can't effect change. If you ain't got no power, you can't affect change. And what needs to change? The notion that we weak and ignorant and lazy and all that. And that shit is stuck in everybody's fucking head. Africans come over here talking about Black Americans don't take advantage of the opportunity that's here. Bullshit. Hispanics come over here talking about Black Americans don't want to work. That's more bullshit. White people be talking about how ignorant and dumb we are. Still more bullshit. Asians on that old Black people ain't get nowhere without affirmative action. All of those things that I just mentioned are bullshit and lies. Bullshit and lies. Black Americans have been called lazy ever since we stopped working for free. Ever since we realized the value of our labor. Black people have been called lazy ever since we started realizing the value of our labor. We're not lazy. If every black person in the country stopped working right now, the fucking country would stop. You realize that? If we so fucking lazy and don't want to work, if we stop working right now, everybody just took their hands off the wheel, right now, every black person, the whole place would shut down. As far as affirmative action goes, we ain't benefited from affirmative action since what? Since the 1980s. Black people haven't benefited from affirmative action since everybody got lumped into it, including white women. But everybody want to think that the black people are the only ones who getting a free leg up. No, we're not. It never occurs to anybody that you come in the office and you see a black person there, that black person earned his or her way into that office. We always had to have had a leg up. A lot of times we'd be running the whole fucking place, but the only way we got there was somebody gave us a leg up. No, it ain't been like that since the 1980s. Or probably sooner than that, but as far as I can remember when they started including everybody in affirmative action, that's when that shit went down. No. Hated and score. White people with this, we ain't intelligent enough. Oh my God, I'm still waiting for them to show me all of this white genius. I'm still waiting to show me shit that white people can do that black people cannot do, no matter how hard we try. I'm waiting for a white person to come along and tell me some shit that they do that no one else, especially black people, can accomplish. I'm waiting on it. I ain't seen it yet. I'm waiting for this genius group of white people to come along and show me how much smarter they are than black people. And I'm waiting for them to show me the skin tone where the intellect changes. I'm waiting for that too. Where your IQ drops. I'm waiting for that level. Like you get darker than a piece of caramel, your IQ drops 10 points. I'm waiting for that. Ain't nobody showed me that shit either. That's bullshit. Boy, I tell you. As far as opportunity goes with the Africans, we don't take advantage of opportunity. Motherfucker, first, you can't take advantage of opportunities that are not afforded to you. And second, when left alone and we excel and we build whole self-sustaining communities, white people come and they burn the shit to the ground. Literally. Y'all don't know, you African brothers and sisters, about our real history in this country. You need to start reading up. When left to our own devices, we build thriving communities. When left to our own devices, we build thriving communities and we stand and we defend those communities. And that's why all these so-called massacres out through history. They don't talk about the ones where the black people won. They don't talk about the conflicts, right, and the altercations where the black people won. They don't talk about those. They talk about the massacres where the white people came and wiped out a whole black neighborhood or a whole black town. So as far as opportunity goes, we can't take advantage of opportunities not afforded to us. And when left to our own devices, we excel. And if we excel too much, white people have a tendency to come along and put a halt to it, put a stop to it. Violently, if need be. Y'all don't know about that history. So as far as everybody being against black Americans, fine, have it that way. But leave us the fuck alone. Let us fight our fight for reparations. You fight your fight for reparations. And keep like Will Smith said, keep our name out your motherfucking mouth. And with that, I'm going to slide on into my weekend. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button. And you can share. Oh, before I go, a friend of mine called me the other day, and he apparently one of my videos slid up into his algorithm, and he was like, "Damn, nigga, is that you? Why you didn't tell me you had a channel? Why you ain't tell me you was out here doing something?" I said, "Look here, man. I told you I've had a YouTube channel since 2008, maybe 2008, 2009." I said, I think that's how long ago it was. And I said, I did tell you I had a channel, but I had stopped posting for a while. And now I'm back up. And I invited him to join, invited him to subscribe to my channel. But it was funny how I'm starting to get into people's algorithm a little bit and my video is starting to be suggested to some people. But I still got a long way to go. But it tickled me that, I done stuck my head up out the crowd a little bit. Anyway, like I said, I'm going into my weekend. I got some shit I got to do. And I hope y'all got shit y'all got to do, because sitting on your ass all weekend is not a good look. With that, I'm going to close. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. I'll catch y'all on the next one. TC, and I'm out. Peace.